the village marketing committee to talk about how can we do a better job of letting people know that we have a senior resource center in Shorewood and it's there to help people when they need help and we want them to turn to it. And we've been talking with people about housing and about this neighborhood connection idea. Anywhere you go, you know, at library meetings, at school meetings, this comes up, right? People want to get to know their neighbors. So what we'd like to do, we've also looked at other communities, you know, how are other communities addressing these problems? What we'd like to do on Thursday, and I know many of you are able to be there, we're having a stakeholders breakfast. We've got 40-some people coming from the school district, and we've invited congregations and businesses, various village departments, residents, and we're going to present what we found so far and just find out where people's interests are, find out where they're willing to work. We have some specific asks of them, and then we want to put together a plan based on that. So that's where we are right now. Between that breakfast and May 6th, we'll be putting together, drafting a plan, and bringing it back to you for final approval. One of the things we're really emphasizing is this is not a Village of Shorewood plan. This is a village plan. So many of these things we think will be accomplished outside of village departments. And that's the message we're trying to impart to the stakeholders on Thursday. So, any questions about any of this?
I have a question, but does anybody else have questions for our team? Trustee Hawkins?
Well, it's not necessarily a question, it's more of a comment. So I really appreciate this work, and I love that this is an intergenerational focus and the age-friendliness, because I think, as you said, connectivity with your neighbors and in the community is so important, not just for the older crowd, but also, you know, right down to the youngest. And I witnessed a lot of the letter writing campaign, you know, buddies, and I thought that was magnificent. And not, I mean, of course, for both sides, but as we all know, a lot of the younger kids don't necessarily participate as much in the traditional sense with the pen and paper. But then to have that, I mean, everything you mentioned is fantastic. So I'm very happy that we've been very supportive here at the board, and will hopefully continue to be as, you know, such for the program. One last thing I wanted to mention is the collaboration, the village-wide consideration that you're saying. I mean, this is so important, and this is also with the lifeguards and everything else. A lot of the efforts that we have in the office aren't just in silos; they're across departments, across regions, collaboration with the school board, with the school district, the village, the senior center, the senior resource, and beyond. So, thank you.
So I have three things. I just was wondering, I had asked Rebecca, and I don't know if you got follow-up, but for fiscal note, is the venture fund funding the action plan, the development of the action plan?
Go ahead. You should run
There is no cost to the development.
Okay. So I was like, wait a minute.
Work.
Okay, excellent. Well, great job. And then my other question was, is there like an advisory board? Like, so when I was at City of Milwaukee, the buy-in, I totally get it. When you're doing the planning activity, it's never the municipality that actually has the biggest impact in the end of implementation. It's always our outside partners within our community and on the outside of our community. And I'm just wondering, how do you incorporate them into that planning effort to make them feel they're tied to it?
Right. So each of the four, pardon?
Breakfast.
Yeah. That's why you should donuts. That's where
Yeah.
Each of the four goal areas has something for everyone. So there's a specific ask on Thursday. The one we're really focusing on is the neighborhood connection one. And are you willing to be part of a work group? We're really hoping that organizations would also be willing to be co-conveners of a work group to do this, because Elder Service Advisory Board is one entity that's willing, but it's not going to fly unless we get a number of co-conveners.
And thank you. And that brings me to my last point, which is about 2 years ago on the Trustee Bachhorst was the chair of our Community Business Relations Committee. And at that time, I was on it, and we had introduced legislation to develop neighborhood association. And I see that there's neighborhoods. So if the village, it did not move forward based on our priority list, but if that is something, it's still in our ticket, like in our ticker of, you know, things that are for future agenda items. It went to committee, but it didn't get very far. So, but it's something that I've always I found personally very valuable in other communities, and whether it's one for the whole village or 4 or 7, Tyler Burkhart has some ideas too. So keep that in mind, and if the village can be a partner in that, that's something we can create, so with partners.
Good to know. Great.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any comments? Okay, with that, it's just informational, is that correct? No motion needed?
Free donuts Thursday.
I'll be there. Thank you so much for the invite.
Thank you.
We look forward to it.
All right.
Thank you. So our next item is, the next item on our agenda is a consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Is there a motion and a second? Is there any removals? Trustee Peter.
I'd like to remove H, 5H.
5H, okay.
I'd like to remove 5G.
5G. I want to remove 5C and 5F. And anything else?
The minutes is called, or?
Now, so it would be 5B.
Yeah.
Okay.
5A.
Okay, so what do we have so far? 5.
5B, 5C, 5F, 5G, 5H.
And 5B.
And 5B.
Okay. I think that covers everything except A.
A, E, H, and I are one.
Yeah, A, E.
H is full. G and H. G and H. So H, G, C, S, D, and B.
Okay. All right, so I have a motion to approve the consent agenda and a second with the removal of,
H, G, C, F, D, and B.
okay, further discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda with those items removed, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. We'll take the first 5B. Village board minutes, trustee Moffer.
I move approval of March 4th, 2019 board minutes. On page 6, there was the motions on Grafton Vessel Parklet. Move to approve the parklet of Grafton Vessel and direct staff to purchase the bike racks installed when practical. And it doesn't mention that the bike, we didn't approve the bike racks in the street.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
kind of implied, but it is the same
Understood.
thing. Clarified it with the bike racks on the side road.
Okay, thank you.
And on page 9, when we came back into open session, the motion, I think we did a roll call though to come back into open session.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. With the adjustments made by trustee Moffer, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Aye, any opposed, motion carries. We'll go down to 5C. C. Consider RFP for financial advisory services. I just have one question. Was there a resolution, it might be in here and I missed it, but, are we both signing this RFP for both CBA and for the board? And there's just two, is that how we resolved it with just 2 signature lines? 2 signature lines, okay. That's all I needed. So I would make a motion to approve RFP for financial advisory services. There is a second, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, any opposed, motion carries. Next item to discuss is 5D. D, service agreement with Sarah DeNeville for 4th of July services. I just wanted to clarify, I can't remember who I talked to, but Rebecca, I think it was you. Next year, you mentioned it'll be an RFP. Someone mentioned that. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was in the memo.
It was a memo. Okay. That's all I want to clarify. So I will make a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is 5F, special consideration of application for special privilege approval for outdoor seating. My question was, Bart had mentioned he was going to separate right now the application still in our packet says that music is not allowed, amplified music, and I remember from the last board meeting, something was gonna change, and I just wanted to know, because I'm pretty sure they all have music, so.
Yes, I think these applications were in before the change was requested.
Correct.
So can we approve them with
Yes.
striking that? Because they all have outdoor music.
Yep, you can approve, you make the motion to make sure that's striked from it, as, you know, stated at the last meeting.
Okay, so I would say, okay, so I would make a motion,
So the application says no music, but everybody does music, so we're acknowledging that there's music.
yeah, our policy, we were told last meeting that the policy for outdoor seating does not include a ban on amplified music, but the application does. And so in the future, I believe, if I'm not wrong, that we were gonna just strike from the application. So,
But the application's already in.
yes, so we would just strike it from the current applications.
Yep, it was noted that the outdoor seating within the public right of way requirements listed in Exhibit 1 of the application for this special privilege did not directly correspond to the requirements detailed in Policy 18, outdoor seating in the public right of way. Staff was directed to update the application to match accordingly.
Okay, so I would make a motion to approve the applications for special privilege approvals for outdoor seating in the sidewalk public right of way at 1 through 4. Noting, striking
The item number 8 on Exhibit 1.
of the
It says
application.
amplified music is prohibited.
Exhibit 1.
But the balance about
Yeah, we
noise
should keep
complaints
that,
will
yeah.
result in possible
Right.
reputations.
So just strike, what are the words in that?
Amplified music is prohibited.
As per your. Okay, any further discussion? I made a motion, did anyone have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item is
5G.
consider special event permit for Ragnar Great Midwest 2019, May 17th and 18th, 2019.
I told this because I looking at the map, I didn't, it looks like the route is like all 5 or 6 different streets. So I was a little confused about what the route actually is. And also like what time of day, I know this is a 24-hour race, so we didn't give like what time of day. And I just want there to be an understanding of what's going to be happening, if there'll be noise or light.
Yep, let me just bring it up. And so they will be coming roughly between 7 p.m. I think, and like 1 a.m. and their runners are staggered, so it's not like you have 50 runners running through at one time, so they stagger their start, so you'll have 1 or 2 people. They'll just have signs in to show them where to run. There will not be noise, lights, or anything like that. Unless you know the race is going on, you probably won't even know that they're running through the village.
And, okay, I see now there's a blue line on Lake Drive. I thought the
Yep.
yellow lines were the route, and I was like kind
No.
of confused, like,
Yep.
what are they doing?
So
Okay.
it's just the blue line straight.
So they're just running along the lake at 1 in the morning.
Yep, pretty much. And we like to do that sort of thing.
We're like, "Oh, well."
Oh God, that's so many.
All right,
Okay.
I'll move special event permit for Ragnar Great Midwest 2019.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Will there be something maybe in the village manager is alerting that there are people running up at night? So they don't take care.
Stampeding, there's a riot going on. Go. Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. The next item that was pulled is
5H.
5H, consider application for temporary Class B for Shorewood Sea Foundation September 15, 2019. Trustee McKay.
Yes, I just requested that we defer this item because the application was submitted, but there wasn't any accompanying information about the event. And especially since it involves, it's a request to serve beer and wine in a park, which we don't allow by ordinance. It would just, typically we get a description of how it will be managed, what hours, things like that. So that was my request, that we defer that and put it on the future agenda when all that material is available.
I do have a question about that, and I'll second that, is that the motion to defer?
I don't know, do we need a motion? Yes, okay, so I would make a
Okay.
motion.
And I just, the question I have is, how do we allow, if our ordinance prohibits it, how do we allow it? Maybe you can just bring that information back.
Well, that goes back to our policy, but I think in the past it's been a festival permit or a special event.
Yeah, there's a procedure for that, I was just trying to find the ordinance.
And we don't.
Because we have lots of examples of.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I mean, when you just bring it back when we talk about it.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Isn't this the same event? I mean, this isn't any different from prior events.
This is a new event.
I thought there was a 5K run that's going on year after year.
But that's the fall, that's the all 5K.
No, this is.
Brunch.
I'm sorry.
I don't think they've asked for a permit to sell, to serve liquor.
Yeah.
Right, and it's hard to park it.
Yeah, it was sold to Robert.